Good evening, and welcome to our 2020-2021 End of the Year Athletic Awards Banquet. My name is Jesse Martin, and I am the Athletic Director here at North Gaston High School. While some sports are not over yet, the majority of our sports have finished and are preparing for next year. This year has been unlike no other, athletically, academically, or socially. It seemed like things changed on a weekly basis, and our coaches, administrators, and athletes had to adjust to what we were being told to do all the time. Our coaches have been preparing for their season since September. They have had to adjust practice plans to accommodate social distancing, not being able to share equipment, coaching with masks on, making kids wear masks while exercising, and filling out health screenings every day. These are just a few of the many changes that we have had to make so that your child had the opportunity to play sports this year. The profession of coaching is not easy. Often you find yourself at the end of the day wondering why you're spending so much of your time away from your own family to enrich someone else's child. And every once in a while you see a child succeed and it reminds you why you do what you do. I can't express my gratitude enough to the coaches and parents that have helped our programs compete this year. A successful athletic program takes the community's investment, not just the coach or athletic director. So as we wrap up the 2020-21 school year, take time to thank a coach that has spent so much time away from their family to invest in your child. For now, next school year looks to be on the normal schedule athletically. So, if your child has not had a physical in the past year, he or she will need to have one to be eligible for athletics. You and your child must complete a student-athlete form packet before doing workouts or practice. If you have any questions about preseason workouts, please email the coach of that team. Also, please consider joining our booster club for the upcoming seasons, and follow our North Gaston Athletics Facebook page and YouTube channel. Now we will move on to giving the team awards and the senior awards for the 2020-21 athletic year. Congratulations to all of our 2021 graduates and congratulations to all of our award winners. Please come by the school to pick up your awards. The teams giving out awards tonight will be volleyball, men's tennis, cross country, men's and women's soccer, cheerleading, football, men's and women's swimming, men's and women's basketball, men's and women's golf, and softball. We will also be presenting the Male and Female Athlete of the Year, the Male and Female Sportsman of the Year, and the Trudenac Award winner. Good luck to all of our seniors. Have a great summer, and we look forward to getting back to normal in the fall.
Hi, this is Coach Sully, coach of the men's and women's soccer teams at North Gaston. I'm here to give out our soccer awards for this past season. Please bear with me as I'm going to be doing some reading because I didn't want to leave anything out or forget anybody. On our men's soccer awards, although our win-loss record was not where we wanted it to be this past season, the men's soccer team worked very hard all year, overcoming what the pandemic threw at us, playing in masks, and dealing with a very difficult situation. I was very proud with how the boys handled it, and they showed their true love for the game of soccer. Before I get to the awards, though, I would like to also thank my coaching staff, Coach C, Bobby Cronlin, Coach Romero, and Coach Matt Galpert. Thanks for all your hard work this past season. And also thanks to our trainer, Ashley Streva, for her contributions to the team, as well as thanks to Coach Martin and Mr. Connor for their unwavering support of the soccer program. And special thanks to all the parents for supporting the team and your sons. We had lots of great crowds, both home and away, and I know the boys appreciated it. I have 5 awards to give out for the boys soccer, the first one being the Offensive Player of the Year award. This award goes to Braden Johnson, who led the team in scoring for the second year in a row. He also led the team in determination and hustle. Expectations are high for Braden over the next 2 seasons, and I expect to see him score lots and lots of goals. Our second award is the Defensive Player of the Year award, and that goes to Isaac Ayala. Isaac was the team captain the past 2 seasons and is a true leader. He started the season as our central defender and defensive leader, but moved to goalkeeper unselfishly when he was needed there. He even found a way to score 2 goals during the season. A hard-nosed competitor, Isco was selected to the all-conference team this past season. Our third award is the Most Improved award. This award goes to Brian Gomez Jimenez. A sophomore, Brian worked extremely hard improving his game and was a starter all season after seeing limited action as a freshman. He's a terrific ball handler and playmaker, and he led the team in assists this past season. He understands the game very well, and he will continue to get better because he is not afraid to put in work. Brian has a great attitude, a great work ethic, and is a quality team player and a pleasure to coach. This year's Coaches Award goes to Sebastian Nicasio. A 4-year varsity starter, Sebastian was the prototypical defensive player and one of my favorite players that I ever coached. I just loved the way he played the game. Hard-nosed, strong, aggressive, but smooth, he played and started 72 games for North Gaston. A team player who never complained, he gave maximum effort every game and practice. His attitude and work ethic will serve him well in the future as he is joining the Army. He received several awards over his North Gaston career, including Newcomer of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, being named to the All-Conference Team junior and senior years, and being named to the All-Region team this past season. A pleasure to coach and have on the team the past 4 years. His presence will be sorely missed. Our final award is our Newcomer of the Year award. This award goes to Donovan Reyes. We had several outstanding candidates this year, but Donovan stood out. A starter from the first game of the season, Donnie is a solid defender, a smart player who is skillful and only going to get better. His attitude and fearlessness, as well as being a great teammate, are qualities that coaches love and he possesses. Donovan has a great future ahead of him. Now to the Ladies Soccer Awards. The ladies too made it through a very difficult season. Again, playing with masks, dodging the virus, but also having lots of fun along the way. Learning more about soccer, achieving some wins, learning to deal with losses, and representing North Gaston properly are all traits of the women's soccer team. This will always be a special team for me, as this was my final team. Thanks to the girls and their parents for a truly memorable year. With that said, here's our girls soccer awards, but first, again, let me thank my coaching staff, Coach C, Coach Katie Sigmund, and Coach Matt Galpert. Thanks again for all your help. Our first award is the Offensive Player of the Year award. This award goes to Mallory Canup. Mallory led the team in scoring this past year as well as in effort. A hard worker, she always gave her best and really grinded hard to score goals. Mallory is full of determination and possesses a great competitive spirit. Our Defensive Player of the Year award goes to Chloe Worley. Chloe, a freshman, had never played goalkeeper before, but she volunteered in the beginning of the season when we needed a goalkeeper, and she never looked back. She worked extremely hard learning the position, and we could see her improvement every day. She started all but one game and played outstanding, making many spectacular saves and anchoring the defense. The only game she missed was due to injury. She is a great teammate, has a radiant personality, and is a sponge soaking up information, concepts, and the techniques of goalkeeping. She was named to the All-Conference team as a freshman, and we see great things ahead for Chloe as she progresses as a goalkeeper. Congratulations. Our Most Improved award goes to Anastasia Rodriguez. This was her first year on the soccer team, having run track previously, and we wish we had her longer, as she is a senior this year. She was a raw talent, very fast, who worked hard all season and improved her skills dramatically, becoming a starter after a few games. Anastasia scored 2 goals and had 2 assists and had a big impact on the team this past season. Our Coaches Award go to 2 seniors, Skylar Tomlin and Addison White. We could not choose one without choosing the other. These 2 were 4-year varsity soccer players who hardly ever came off the field their entire careers. They were co-captains this past season, were the type of players that make coaching fun. They work hard, put in effort, never complained, and put team success above their own feelings. They were great representatives of North Gaston soccer and will be missed. Our Newcomer of the Year award goes to Sydney Walls. A sophomore, this was Sydney's first year on the soccer team, and she was a major contributor right from the start. She was a starter from game 1 and was a dependable defensive center midfielder all season long. A scrappy, aggressive player, a great teammate, and a pleasure to coach. I look for her to continue to improve over the next 2 years. Our last girls soccer award is what we call the O or Zero Jersey Award. Each year, a girls soccer player is selected by the coaching staff to wear the number 0 jersey. This past year, it was Mallory Canup. The 0 jersey signifies commitment to the team, hard work, and effort. It goes to the player who best exemplifies Lady Wildcat soccer attitude and spirit. Our original 0 jersey was worn by Maddie Mathis 7 years ago. Maddie also wore it for her second year as well. The only one to ever do that. Since then, a deserving player is awarded the 0 jersey heading into the next season. This year's Zero jersey is being awarded to rising senior Bailey Perry. Wear it proud and show us why you were selected. Congratulations, Bailey. One last word. As many of you know, or maybe not know, this has been my final year of coaching the boys and girls soccer teams. It was a difficult decision, but I feel that this was the right time for me to step back and let someone else take over. Having coached 7 boys seasons and 8 girls seasons, I've been on the sidelines for 284 games at North Gaston. It's been quite a ride with lots of highs and a few lows. The highs way outweighing the lows. I will miss being with the players, watching them improve, sharing in their victories, agonizing with them in their defeats. I've been lucky to have many great players who are fun to be with, and although some teams were more successful than others, they were all very special. I think I'll miss the practices more than the games. Practice is where you really get to know players, and I really look forward every day to practice. Special thanks to Mr. Connor for keeping me as coach all these years, and for the great athletic directors I had the pleasure of working for, Gary Shaw, Mike Patton, and Jesse Martin. I wish much success to the future teams and to the new coach. I would like to think I made things better with the soccer program and hope I made a difference with my players. I'm not going away. I will still be teaching here at North Gaston and we'll be keeping an eye on things. To all my players and their parents, I say thank you for allowing me to be part of your high school experience.
Hello, I'm Terry Cochran and I coach boys and girls tennis at North Gaston. What better place to recognize the Boys Tennis Awards than on our brand new courts here at North Gaston High School. I am so proud of all the boys and girls who have played this very strange season. Because the season never happened last year for the boys, this is the first year that they've competed as a team. We won some matches, games, and even had a doubles team make it to the second round of the conference tournament. On behalf of myself and my assistant, Karen Duncan, I would like to present the Boys Tennis Awards. MVP goes to a real leader on my team. He has a great attitude and keeps everyone's spirits up. In a match, a coach can approach the fence on every odd game after the third game, and the set has been played. And we have less than a minute to give them some tips to improve their play against their opponent. This player comes to the fence with a full list of things he has already thought of to improve his game. It is no small wonder he plays at my number 1 spot. The MVP for boys tennis is Levi Philbeck. The most improved player goes to a real natural tennis player. He came out barely able to get the serve over the net, and through practice and hard work has developed some of the best tennis techniques and footwork on the court. The most improved goes to Jacob Mason, who plays at my number 2 spot. Our last award goes to the Rookie of the Year. Oddly, he was the oldest player and will graduate this year. As far as I know, this player has never participated in any sports at North Gaston, but through hard work, managed to work himself up 3 spots to play at number 5. During practice, whenever he would win a point off of one of his teammates, a new phrase was coined: "You just got smooted." The Rookie of the Year is Vincent Smoot. Lastly, since our girls season is in full swing, I would like to give a shout out to my lineup in girls tennis. Number 1 is Angelina Diaz. Number 2, Kristen Carroll. Number 3, Peyton Probst. Number 4, Bailey Perry. Number 5, Olivia Conley. Number 6 rotates between Nicole Barbady and Sarah Harris. Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Wes Sepler. Tonight I'll be presenting the North Gaston Girls Basketball Awards. Our first award goes to the Most Outstanding Player. This award goes to our team's best all-around player. In greater detail, the award goes to the player that displayed the most consistent individual excellence, combined with team leadership, great work ethic, and a team-first attitude. It's not merely about scoring the most points or checking off stat boxes, but also being able to affect a game and the season while getting the most out of her teammates. This year's winner led our team in points, assists, steals, and three-pointers made. Playing in every game and practically every minute of every game, she showed improvement in her perseverance and physical and mental toughness, especially during times of adversity. Her dedication and commitment was truly appreciated. our only Big South 3A All-Conference player. She had a career-high 19 points at home versus Forest View, followed by 17 points and a big win at Stuart Kramer. Only a junior, she will be counted on to use her leadership and experience to lead the team again next season. The 2021 Most Outstanding Player goes to Bailey Perry. Our next award is our Wildcat Award. The Wildcat Award is a coach's award given to the student athlete who best demonstrates the true spirit of North Gaston basketball. It is given not only for hard work and personal improvement, but for a willingness to understand, learn, and enter into a partnership with coaches and teammates in an effort to help the entire team reach its full potential. This year's award goes to a player who always competed hard in practice and in games. She gave great effort on every possession and got the most out of every rep and every opportunity. Small in stature, she was fearless on the court, never afraid of a little contact, and played with a big heart. A competitor, she battled through adversity and tough games, gaining invaluable experience that she will continue to use as a multi-sport athlete here at North Gaston. Only a sophomore, she will be counted on to be a leader again next season. The 2021 Wildcat Award goes to Sydney Walls. Congratulations, ladies.
Hi, I'm Zachary Rakosi. I'm the junior varsity basketball coach at North Gaston High School. I have a couple awards to give for our junior varsity basketball players. Before I do so, I'd like to take a few moments to thank Coach Tant, Coach Thomason, Coach Julin, and Coach Young for all their help this year and all the guidance they've given to me in our program. I'd also like to thank Coach Jesse Martin, our athletic director, for all of the support that he's given to our program and the school in general for all of our sports programs. I'd also like to thank our North Gaston parents and supporters for through a very challenging year that we've had this year. I know it's been difficult not being able to go to away games with basketball, but thank you for all that you've done for our players and our programs. We had a good year this year. We finished our year at 7-6, which is a winning record, and a lot of our guys showed a lot of development this year, and we're looking forward to coaching those guys for the next few years. I have two awards to hand out today. The first award is my Most Improved Award. This goes to a player who I was not sure that what I would get from him this year. He had a great attitude and great work ethic. He's very coachable, and he's just generally happy to be playing. At the beginning of the year, his minutes were pretty limited, but as the year went on, his minutes increased a lot. He became one of our top rebounders, defenders, and shot blockers. The Most Improved Award goes to Marcus Womick. And my other award goes for our Most Outstanding Player. This player is very humble. He's coachable. He's a leader on the floor and a hard worker. He's very dependable. I've coached him for 4 years now, and I've gotten to know him very well. He's shown tremendous growth as a player and as a person. He was our leading scorer. Our Most Outstanding Player award goes to Kimarian Morel.
Good evening. Thank you, Coach Rakosi. I'm Jason Tant, head varsity boys basketball coach. I would first like to thank the JV players and their parents. This was a challenging season. Not only were some of the guys navigating their first year of high school, but they were also facing the challenges of playing a sport in the middle of a pandemic. It was a pleasure to watch each game, and there's a lot of talent there to help our varsity program. I would like to thank our varsity players, Senior Bryson Walker, Senior Blake Walls, Senior Dylan Stewart, Senior Santiago Romaza, Senior Jordan Hockman, Senior Alex Quinn, Junior Austin Wood, Sophomore Ashton Miller, Junior Mason Mackey, Junior Jaden Geddes, Junior Brandon Masters, Junior Caden Kennedy, and Sophomore Jandra Storina. What a challenging year. Playing in mask, reduced practice time, no practice on Wednesdays, no practice on Saturdays, practice, then a game, practice, then a game. But you guys responded. Our record is not indicative of how our season went. 6 of our losses were by combined 33 points. That shows the importance of playing each possession and making the best decisions. Thank you to the varsity parents. This was a trying season for you. Not able to attend away games, limited tickets for friends and family at home games. Thank you for understanding and working with us. Thank you to our administration, Mr. Connor, Ms. Bergeson, Mr. Stoffer, Ms. Stewart, for your support this season. Thank you to the cheerleading and dance programs. Thank you, Robert Wood, for keeping the scorebook. Thank you, Michael Whitesides, for keeping the clock. Thank you, Tim Walker, for recording each game. Thanks to Coach Hepler for working with me with a practice schedule. Thank you to the Dallas community and all the local restaurants that allowed the guys to eat pregame meals. Thanks to Mr. Mark Hovis for supporting the program and feeding us on senior night. Thanks to Mr. Jesse Martin, our athletic director, for supporting the basketball program. Coach was great with advice throughout the whole season. Coach Martin, along with the Booster Club, helped with a major purchase this year of a shooting machine called the Gun. This allows players to get in a high number of shots in a limited time. Thanks to the coaching staff. Okay, Mr. Zach Riccozzi continues to build a solid foundation for our JV program. This year, Coach had some help. Coach Ashlyn Thomason, Coach Cole Young. Along with Coach Young and Coach Thomason, we were able to add Coach Clay Julian to the staff. The five of us are excited to work with our guys each day and look forward to helping them reach their potential. Now on to the awards. This year we have 3 awards. The first award is called the Wildcat Team Award. This award goes to a young man who did everything he was asked to. This young man improved so much throughout his playing career, from once being the guy at the end of the bench to becoming a 2-year varsity starter. A pleasure to coach, extremely well-mannered, always looking to improve, just a pleasure to see walking to the gym. This year's Wildcat Team Award goes to Santiago Ormazo. Congratulations, Santi. The next award is Mr. Consistent. Although this young man took a year off, he was valuable to this year's team. He started a majority of the games and was the main reason we were in close games. The coaching staff knew what we were going to get from him. We didn't have to worry. He was going to show up and play hard. He was second on the team with 6 games in double figures. Another well-mannered young man, hard worker, and someone we will miss next year. This year's Mr. Consistent goes to Alex Quinn. Good job, Alex. Our final award goes to another player that's fun to watch. He has been a leader for 2 years. He gives 100%, dives on the floor, leads by example, pretty much a second coach on the floor. Team leader in points, assists, and second in steals. He's a gym rat. He's always ordered to practice, either to sit and watch JV or get in extra shots on the side goals. He is a player that we hope one day will join the coaching profession. Our most outstanding player award goes to Dylan Stewart. Congratulations, Dylan. North Gaston and Dallas community, we need both monetary and service support. We are currently fundraising for a standalone boys varsity locker room and new uniforms. Please contact us through the program's Facebook page. Again, thank you to the players, the parents, and everyone who supported North Gaston basketball. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lee Shuford, and I'm the head volleyball coach for the North Gaston Wildcats, and I would like to present this year's athletic awards. The first award I would like to present is our Newcomer Award. This player stepped onto the volleyball as a new member of the Wildcat team and immediately began contributing as a starter. Her hard work, attitude, and tremendous athletic ability led her to being our starting setter in only her freshman year, and thankfully, she has 3 more years ahead of her. So I would like to present our Newcomer Award to Angelina Diaz. Our second award that we have is our Most Improved Player. This was my first year as the volleyball coach at North Gaston, and within this year alone, this player developed from a situational back row player to our starting right side hitter. Her ability to take coaching and apply it into her game, along with her ability to want to help the team in any way, led to a tremendous year of improvement from this player. So I'm proud to present our Most Improved Player to Sadie Harless. Our next award that we have is our Leadership Award. When we were selecting the recipient of this award, what we were looking for is not only a player who led on the court vocally, but off the court by example. This player recorded practices, recorded games and analyzed the film, and also led on the court vocally, all while being our middle blocker and leading our team in blocks. I'm very grateful to have her on the team this year, And I would like to present our Leadership Award to Sydney Hamilton. And lastly, the last volleyball award that we have is our Most Valuable Player Award. This player not only led our team in kills as our starting outside hitter, but also had a tremendous serve percentage and a very high dig percentage as well. She stands out as a leader on the team and certainly showed her impact on the court in every practice and every game. So I'd like to present the North Gaston Volleyball Most Valuable Player to Lisa Ryan. Thank you all for your hard work on the court this year, and I look forward to many more years like it. Go Wildcats!
I'm Mandy Lay, and I've been the varsity cheerleading coach here at North Gaston for the past 16 years. And this is the night of the year where I sound like a broken record, and this night will be no different than all the years past. It never gets old talking about how awesome our cheerleaders are, how incredibly talented this group of girls was this year, and how blessed we are to have them, and how dedicated that they are to their sport. So congratulations first to the whole squad on a job well done. You rolled with all the punches and the day-to-day changes throughout the pandemic. You taped your masks on and didn't complain too much, and kept those masks on to stunt and tumble. They wore them to condition. They just rolled with it no matter what I said, and I'm really proud of how they handled this year, especially this year during the pandemic. So congratulations to the whole squad on a job well done. And thank you to our administration and Ashley, our trainer, who was a godsend. And thank you, Coach Martin, for all that you did for us, especially during the pandemic. This had to be like the worst year ever to take over as athletic director because of COVID, but he handled it so well, and we're really appreciative of all that he did for us this year. So I have 3 awards to give this year, and the first one was really easy because these 2 came in together as freshmen, and they grew and matured and learned so many things as sophomores, and as juniors they became really, really important to the squad, especially in the stunts that we are known for. And then this year they got to be captains together. So they're dynamic leaders, they're dedicated, they're spirited. I'm gonna definitely miss them. This year's first and easiest award is the Co-Most Valuable Cheerleader Award that goes to Miss Peyton Ballard and to Miss Georgia Queen. Love you girls, and we're definitely gonna miss you next year. And then I have one other award to give. I'm gonna call this one the Coaches Award because this person has been the most improved this year. She grew by leaps and bounds since last year. She has improved her tumbling. She's improved so much in the stunts. She knows everything on the cheer list. She just works so hard, never complains, and battled numerous injuries and a concussion after a car accident this year, and did all of her rehab and got back out there as soon as she could, and honestly came back stronger than before. And I'm just looking for great things to come out of Miss Addison Whitesides in the next 2 years, and she's going to be an awesome leader. Couldn't be more proud of her. So congratulations, Addison, for the Coaches Award. Thanks for watching.
Hey guys, this is Coach Clark, head football coach here at North Gaston. I'm here to present our North Gaston Football Awards for this season. But before we get going, I just want to take time out to say congratulations to the young men and women who have been awarded tonight. It's an incredible honor to be able to represent your school and your community and your family, and be able to see the fruits of what you have done this season come to success and be honored with these awards. With that being said, this football season was an incredible journey, like it was for every sport. We've had to overcome a lot of different things through this pandemic, and for us to be able to do the things that we did is just a credit to our young men and our staff, and it's an incredible honor to be able to watch and see what transpired and the things that that happened that did really well for us this season. I know that we didn't have the success in the win-loss record that we wanted, but you can see the improvement, and you can see that this program is going in the right direction. I mean, you can just go ask anybody in the county, and they see what we have done, and they see the progress that's happening, and that excites me, and keeps our guys going, and keeps us energized, and knowing that we're doing things the right way, and we're doing things that are moving and progressing this program forward. One of the biggest things that I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about is, we have over $200,000 awarded this season with this senior class in scholarship money. We have seven guys in our senior class that's going to go play collegiate football. And this is one of the biggest signing classes that we've had here at North Gaston in a very long time. And that's one of the things that we're going to pride ourselves in here at North Gaston, is being able to develop young men to go on and have the opportunity to play college football. And so just being able to see these guys sign brings an incredible warmth to your heart, and see that they have something in their life that has shown that they can do the things necessary to get their goals and their dreams accomplished. And so I just wanted to lead off with that. And then I want to talk to you guys about our all-conference players. We have 3 all-conference selections this season. We've had Waylon Webb, who was a first-team all-conference selection in the Big South. We've had Jaden Barrett, who was a first-team all-selection here in the Big South. And we have Ashton Miller, who was second-team all-conference selection here in the Big South. And that's one of the toughest conferences, I believe, in the state of North Carolina in 3A football. And for us to be able to have these guys as all-conference selection just shows the progress that we're making here at North Gaston, and the things that we have in store for this program. With that being said, I want to go ahead and start presenting our awards. First off, I want to talk about our newcomer award. This was somebody that was new to our program, coming in and playing a pretty significant role. And that young man is Jason Melton. He was a freshman this season, and he came in, did everything that we've asked him to do, and played some significant time, and did well when he came in and played. And so I'm excited to see what his future holds for this program. I'm excited to see him grow as a young man and as a football player, and what he does on and off the court, and basketball, and on the diamond in baseball. So this is an incredible athlete, and our newcomer award goes to Jason Melton. Next up, we have Rookie of the Year award. This is one of the awards that is kind of similar to Newcomer of the Year, but this is more of a first-year starter, in our program, and this is actually going to be a co-award to actually two freshmen. Again, we had a freshman with the Newcomer, and we have 2 freshmen with these co-Rookie of the Year awards. The first of the Rookie of the Year award is Jameer Robinson. Jameer had an incredible season. He had over 20 plus tackles. Had multiple sacks, multiple tackles for loss. He scored, twice as a running back. He did everything, and was a presence on the field. And he has an incredible future if he begins to take this game serious. And he has a bright future ahead of him. The second part of the Rookie of the Year award, I apologize, I can't talk, is Javan Knox, LA. This is a young man who was 9th in our conference in sacks. He was 12th in our conference in total tackles, and he is going to be one of the guys that in this conference has a bright future. He answered everything that we had. He got the challenge early on to make a mark, and he took that challenge to heart, and was a very, very good player for us this year. Next up, we have our defensive most improved player, and this goes out to Josh Smith, one of our defensive linemen. He did a great job coming in and becoming the player that we know that he can be. This is a sophomore. This is a young man that has an incredible upside. He's working hard in the weight room. He's doing everything that he can do academically. A very bright student, and he did from the first day of summer practice to the COVID fall season, to then we start working in February. From where he came from to where he finished this season, it was fun to be able to watch that growth. And so our defensive most improved football player goes out to Josh Smith. Our offensive most improved player goes to Michael Harris. And this was another young man that came in, played some running back. He played some sniffer, played some kind of a fullback type hybrid player. Ended up moved him to quarterback, played some quarterback, and finished the season very, very strong. And from his growth from the summer, just like Josh, what he has done to understand the offense, to how he is becoming a leader on the field. He has done everything that we have asked him to do on and off the field, and it was an honor to be able to watch him grow and begin to learn this offense and learn how to be a football player. I'm proud to be able to see where he's going to come and where he's going to go. He has a bright future ahead of him as well. Next up is our Wildcat Award. This is a award that means a lot to me. This is the guy that we feel is very coachable, very dependable, has great leadership abilities, does everything for the team. Has to be a team player, on and off the field. He does everything the right way and the correct way. So this is another co-award. First off of this award goes out to Dylan Stewart. This was a young man that we started out on the offensive side of the football and then realized that we need some help on the defensive side. Moved him over to the defense, ended up getting hurt, but he didn't say a word. He continued to play, he continued to push through it. He was a leader on and off the field, did everything that we asked him to do. When he was hurt, coming to practice, making sure everybody is still doing and staying dialed in. Same thing on the sidelines. And so I'm proud to be able to say that Dylan Stewart is one of the epitomes of that award. Next up is for this Wildcat Award is Wes Parker. I can sit back and tell you how proud I am of Wes. He was challenged when I first got here, changed positions, moved him from quarterback to safety, to free safety, to outside linebacker. And he did everything that we asked him to do. He didn't complain, or at least I didn't think he complained. He never complained to me. And, this was something that, I knew that he could help our program by switching positions. I knew that, we can market him, as a defensive player. And he did everything that we asked him to do, and now has the opportunity to go play collegiate football. And, his leadership abilities, his character, says everything about this young man, and I'm extremely honored to be able to coach Wes and to Coach Dylan and be able to present them with the Wildcat Award. And thank you guys for everything that you have done this season and your leadership of these guys and for this program. Next up, we have our Trench Award. And this goes out to a sophomore, Jaden Smith. Started him out at tackle, moved him to center. He ended up grading out for the season at 85%. He had over 10 plus pancakes, and he had a great season as our center, as kind of the anchor of that line. We never had a complete five offensive line throughout this whole season. We had, never was it the same five up front for multiple games. And so for him to be able to control the line of scrimmage, game in, game out, was pretty exciting to see. And I'm excited to see his future and what his future holds. I know a lot of schools are interested in looking at him. And so I'm excited to be able to continue to see his growth as a football player and as a young man. Our Defensive Player of the Year, he actually was nominated as the Conference Defensive Player of the Year as a sophomore, which makes absolute no sense because he ended up being a second team all-conference selection, but he got votes for Defensive Player of the Year for the conference, for our Big South Conference. And as a sophomore, I'm excited to be able to watch this young man grow as a player and as a young man. Ashton Miller had an incredible season. He was 7th in the conference in tackles. He was 4th in the conference in sacks. He was in the top 3 in the conference for tackles for loss, for TFLs. He had multiple punt blocks. He had multiple field goal blocks, and he was just around the football, game in, game out. And it was fun to watch him play. It was fun to watch him grow from game 1 to game 7, and the future is very, very bright for this young man. Incredible athlete. One of our starters on the basketball program. Getting better as a thrower in the track program. Has a chance to qualify for regionals here in the next few weeks for track. And so this is a young man who has an incredible, bright future ahead of him. And I'm excited to see this growth. And excited to see what he does this summer to build upon this season. And then lastly, our Offensive Player of the Year goes to Waylon Webb. Waylon was top 10 in all-purpose yards in the Big South. He was in the top 10 of receiving yards, and he was also in the top 10 for rushing yards this season. Waylon was an incredible asset for us offensively, and he's an incredible weapon when the ball is in his hands. And so this is another young man that has the opportunity to go play on the next level, and I'm excited to see what he does and how he grows in the next few years. But that kind of ends our athletic awards for the football program. I want to congratulate our college signees. George Gianaris is going to Greensboro College. Jordan Hockman is going to Greensboro College. Waylon Webb has a choice to go to Virginia of Lynchburg, or he'll end up at Greensboro College. We'll know that here in the next week or two. Nick Sigmund is going to go to Guilford College. Wes Parker is going to Guilford College. Ian McFadden is going to Guilford College, and Nathan Franks is going to Guilford College. So I'm extremely proud of these guys. Thank you for everything that you have done for this program. And you're always welcome back here at North Gaston anytime you come home. And as always, circle the wagons.
Hey guys, Coach Helton here. I want to talk about our swim team this year. I've got 6 awards between both the men's and the women's team, so I'm going to go through these pretty quickly. We'll start with the women's team. This was a very challenging year, I know, across the board for everybody, but especially for swimming. We were limited in the number of swimmers that we had, so the ones that were allowed in the pool really had to step up. And we saw some good growth this year from a lot of young swimmers. And the future is bright for this program. But I want to run through my women's awards here first. First of all, for our most improved, this goes to a freshman that came out, and I really didn't know what to expect at the beginning of the season. I could tell early on that she was going to be an extremely hard worker. Didn't say a whole lot. It was hard to get a word out of her. By the end of the season, she finally started to come out of her shell a little bit. But it was also apparent very quickly that I had to get this young lady in as much competition as I possibly could, because she turned out to be pretty good for us, and I only continued to get better as the season went on. She was primarily a freestyler for us, but eventually worked her way into the relays and became a very integral point scorer for us. And I really hope she sticks with swimming, because she can have a really bright future in this sport. So our most improved this year goes to Angelina Diaz. Our Coaches Award. This is a young lady who is a multi-sport athlete, and swimming is not something that has come naturally to her. I don't think it's anything before she got to high school that she even really thought much about. But I've kind of drug her off the softball field, got her in the pool, and she has put forth 100% effort every day in the pool, and as a coach, that's all that you can ask for. She is determined to be the very best, and actually her and another swimmer on the team kind of have a friendly rivalry with each other. They go back and forth about who's going to win and who's going to beat the other one, and that competition is good and healthy. But at the end of the day, they're there to support each other and have done that throughout the last 2 seasons. This is another young lady that comes in and leads by example. She pushed through some medical issues this season, and she may have missed one practice, and there's a couple of times I told her, just go home. Like, you don't need to be here with what you're dealing with. But she fought through it, and as a coach, you can't ask for anything more than that. But our Coaches Award for this year goes to Madison Sipe. Our last award for the women's team is the Most Valuable Award. And this was a closer race this year than in years past. But this young lady, again, is all those things that we've been mentioning. You've heard other coaches talk about. The one that the team can't do without on any given day. And this young lady has been that for the last couple years for me. And she's going to continue to be that if she sticks with it. This young lady is a competitor at heart. She hates to lose, absolutely hates to lose, and she's the other part of that rivalry there with Madison. They're great friends, but they do compete hard against each other. And she is, like I said, she's the one that we cannot do without on the women's team. Led us in points this year for the second year in a row, and was the anchor on our relay team. So absolutely the most valuable swimmer on the women's team this year, and that's Zoe Rudisell. Now for the men's swimming side of things. As challenging of a year as this was for the women's team, this year was even more challenging for the men's team. We had some guys that should have been coming back that, due to circumstances they couldn't control, were not able to swim this year. We had some fought injuries all year and weren't able to finish the season. So by the end of the year, we ended up with only 6 guys on the team, which is a far cry from the 15 to 20 that we've had the last few years. But the 6 that we had, bless their hearts, they fought as hard as they could and really kept us in some meets that we had no business being in. I've never seen 6 guys account for more points than these 6 did. So my hats are off to those guys and the hard work that they put in this season. I've got 3 more awards for the men's side of things. One's a little bit different for me, and that's the one I'm going to start out with. So in terms of a most improved, we didn't really have anybody that improved much more than anybody else, to make that clear and obvious. So what I decided to go with this year is a Wildcat Award. And this is somebody that has truly deserved an award during their 4 years on the swim team, and it never quite worked out right in his favor. But I was determined this year that this kid was deserving of an award. He wasn't ever the fastest. He never was the big point scorer. But man, did this kid put forth the most effort on the team. He always wanted to find ways that he could get better. And, in swimming, you come to a point where you reach a physical limit of not being able to get better. And I can honestly say that this young man reached that level. He went as far as his body would take him. And I could not be more proud of the effort that he's put in over his 4 years to get as good as he physically can. And he is a fantastic young man. He makes me laugh all the time. He's a little nerdy like I am, so I relate to that. But he is truly going to be missed by everyone on the swim team and me specifically. Thankfully, he is headed up the mountain to God's country. So I know this isn't goodbye. It's just so long for now. But our Wildcat Award winner is Alex Leatherwood. For our Coaches Award, this is a young man that arguably could have been most valuable as well. And they did tie for number of points provided to the team this year. So I could have had a co-most valuable, but I wanted to give the Coaches Award to this young man instead this year. He is, again, another kid that you just want as a coach. He's going to give it his all every day, wants to know how he can get better. And, he got mad at himself several times this year because he didn't feel like he did everything as good as he could have. And, I'm sitting over there on the sideline like, well, you did as good as I thought you could do. You can only do so much. But he wanted to be perfect. And, perfection is one of those things that even if we strive for it, a lot of times we fall short. But this young man wants to be perfect in everything that he does, whether it be the classroom, whether it be in the swimming pool, the baseball field. This young man is exactly who you want as a coach. And proud to be his coach and to also teach him in the classroom. I hope that he continues with swimming because he has the potential to be one of the tops in the conference. And I hope he knows that and wants to continue with it for his senior year. Our Coaches Award this year goes to Ryan Probst. And our last award for swimming goes to our most valuable. And this is a kid, like I said, he tied for most points provided to the team this year. But his leadership is what really put him over the edge. And again, it's a leadership that wasn't always by words, but it was by actions. First one in the pool, making sure everybody around him is completing the workout the way it needed to be completed. And the last one to leave the pool. And sometimes would sneak back in the pool after we had left and wanted to do more. This kid is truly one of a kind. And, I'm really hoping that my son will grow up to be just like this kid. Because as a coach, as a friend, you can't ask for more than what this kid has provided for not only the swim team, but for all the other teams that he's been a part of. And we're really going to miss this guy as he heads off to the Air Force. Our most valuable this year is Blake Hughes. All right, guys, Coach Helton back with you here for the golf team now. You're probably tired of hearing me talk at this point. Unless he decides to put golf before swimming, and then you'll be tired eventually of hearing me talk. I'm going to start with the women's golf team first. This was a different year. Most of the time, women's golf is in the fall, men's golf is in the spring. This year, they played together at the same time. So it made for an interesting coaching dynamic of trying to make sure I'm giving enough time to one team as I am the other. And, with golf, it's a lot of individual one-on-one instruction, and that can get hard from time to time. But I will say that both of my teams handled that with class and really did a good job of helping each other out when I couldn't be around. We grew a lot as a program this year. I'm excited to see where the future of our golf team is headed. Unfortunately, for the women's side of things, I'm losing everybody. I'm losing my whole team. I had 3 seniors this year, and I'm not usually one to give an award to everybody on the team, but in this case, I'm going to be that guy. And all 3 of these young ladies truly deserve an award. And so I'm going to start first with the Most Improved Award. And this one really could go all 3 ways. All 3 of these girls came to me as sophomores and didn't know a wedge from an iron from a driver. We have worked with them from the ground up on how to play the game of golf, what it means, and the thing that I've been the most proud of is watching their friendship grow over this time. But one of them stood out this season as improving the most. Started the season off as the number 3 golfer on the team, and by the end of the year was pretty much our number 1. And they traded back and forth some matches, but in terms of stroke average over the course of the season, she improved the most. We're really going to miss all 3 of these, but our most improved this year is McKenna Robinson. Our Coaches Award, again, another toss-up. I basically just flipped a coin as to which award I wanted to give these young ladies, but our Coaches Award this year goes to Michaela Robinson. The twins give me a hard time because it's been 3 years and I still can't tell them apart. I'm ashamed to admit it, but you stand in my shoes for long enough, you'll realize you can't tell them apart, especially when they're wearing the same shirt and hat and all that. It's been difficult. But one thing that Michaela really stands out in is I kind of put a lot on her shoulders this year. Coming into the season, she kind of had our best stroke average going, and I told her, I said, you're going to have to play number 1. We flip-flopped a couple times, and it seemed like she was able to handle the pressure of that number 1 ranking a lot of the time better than the others were. And so I kept putting that pressure on her, and it was able to take some pressure off the other 2 to, in turn, throw some better scores out there. So, I hate it. I may have hurt her scoring average a little bit in the process, but somebody had to play number 1, and Michaela took that on with class and with grace and handled her role exactly how she needed to for this team. So, very proud of Michaela and McKenna. I'm going to miss my twins. Maybe one day I'll be able to tell you guys apart. Our final award for women's golf is the Most Valuable, and I just purely went off stroke average, what those finals ended up being, and by 0.2 of a stroke, our most valuable player this year was Kayla Carroll. Kayla played in the 2 spot for most of the year. Like I said, Michaela took the 1, but Kayla consistently kept scoring pretty good and led the team in scoring average. I remember, Kayla not knowing which hand to hit with when she first came to me. She was my left-hander. Stood over the right side of the ball a couple times with a left-handed club, so that was always interesting. But she really worked hard at getting better at this game, and it's a game that can really hurt your mental side of things if you let it. But all 3 of these young ladies never seemed to let anything bother them. They never got down on themselves. They just kept plugging along, and whatever happened, happened. And that's something that I've learned from them that I need to work on with my own personal golf game. So sometimes the coach learns things from the players. And I've learned a lot from these three over the last 3 years. And this program is truly going to miss all of them. So if you're watching this and you have a set of golf clubs and you're a girl and you want to play, please say something to me, because as of right now, we don't have a team for next year. So, but very proud of Kayla, McKenna, and Michaela. So thank you, guys. And now for the men's golf side of things. These are the last two awards that I have for tonight. The men's team are a lot of the same things as the women. We are, in a lot of cases, we were overmatched this year. There are some really good men's golfers in the Big South Conference. And, I think there was a couple times our guys got a little intimidated by that. But when you're facing off against country club kids every week, it will show you how hard you need to practice this game to get to that level. But I am super proud of our guys because they never stopped working. I would get texts from them on the weekends saying, hey, going to the course, what's some things I need to work on, or, what's this next course look like? What are some tips? And, always wanting to get better and finding ways to maximize their performance. And, I am getting almost all the team back for next year for the boys. So excited to hopefully add on to that with some new faces as well, and keep going and try and finish a little better in the conference than we did. So I've got 2 awards for men's golf, most improved and the most valuable. Our most improved this year, he is affectionately known on the team as Piglet. He's small in stature, but he got the nickname Piglet because he showed up to practice last year, I believe, with the brightest pink shirt that you could possibly imagine. And when you couple that with his lack of height, as you were, he ended up getting the nickname Piglet. I think for me first, and then it's kind of stuck with him. So he probably does hate that. So I apologize. But he did improve the most of anybody on the team this year. My expectations for him at the beginning of the year was he was going to be playing in our 4th and final spot, and that was probably where he was going to stay. But he continued to work every day, and I saw the improvement early on in the season, and started hitting the ball a little bit more consistently, and he's growing both as an athlete and as a person mentally, and being able to have a little confidence in himself. And you saw that confidence grow a little bit more each and every day, that he was proving to himself that he could hit the shots. And you could see it in his face how happy he was that he looked the part. And last year he could tell you that he wasn't sure if this game was for him, and I kind of had to beg him to come back out and play with us. But I think he's got the fever now, and I believe he's going to stick with us for the rest of his high school career, and he's just going to keep getting better. So I look forward to watching that improvement continue. But our most improved this year is Luke Baker. And finally, our most valuable player for men's golf. This is no secret. He led our team statistically all season long. And this is another kid that strives to be better every day. He texts me all the time saying, hey, Coach, I'm working on this today, or going to the course this weekend. Really the only thing holding him back from being one of the tops in the conference is just a lack of tournament experience. And so we're determined to get him that starting this summer, and hopefully continue his rise for his senior year to get into that all-conference goal that he wants. I'm very happy to say that our most valuable player for men's golf this year is Dason Carver. Thank you, guys.
My name is Taylor Irwin, and I have the privilege of presenting the 2021 Softball Awards. The first award that we have is the MVP Award, and this is just somebody we can truly count on at all times, whether it's at the plate or in the field, just making those plays that we need them to. And that award this year goes to Megan Towery. Congratulations, Megan. The second award that we have is the Offensive Player of the Year award. And this goes to someone who has really upped their game when it comes to their at-bats. And they are making the plays necessary that we need at the plate in order to, come out on top in the games and that kind of stuff and when it matters. So that person is Gracie Nichols. Congratulations, Gracie. Our third award is the Defensive Player of the Year award. And when the coaches and I sat down to talk about these, we couldn't think of just one person that deserved this award. So we actually came up with two people. They stuck out to us the most. They're making those plays defensively, and you can always count on them to be where you need them to be. And our co-defensive players of the year are Caroline Allred and Elissa Rich. Congratulations, girls. Our last award is the Coaches Award. And this is just, we couldn't put into one word how to really describe this player. Last year she was on the team, but with the little bit of a season we did have, we didn't get to see her play too much. But this year, I don't know what happened to this little girl, but she has been sassy. And, we can always count on her. And we've put her several different places in the lineup, and she steps up to bat and she gets the job done every time. It might take her having 2 strikes, but she managed to get on base just about every time. And we're so proud of the athlete that she is becoming and can't wait to see what she does in the upcoming years. So the Coaches Award is going to go to Peyton Probst. Congratulations, Peyton. My name is Taylor Irwin, and I have the honor and the privilege of presenting the Female Sportsman of the Year award. This award goes to someone who has worked very hard this year when it comes to sports. In fact, she recently signed to play college softball, so I'm extremely proud of her for that. I've coached her in the past few years in 2 sports, and she's always been a leader, and she's there for her teammates. She shows up to practice early, stays late some days, asks what she can do to make herself better. She's always trying, and she's so hard on herself, even when she shouldn't be. And she just always gives it her all. She's never been disrespectful to any of her coaches. And like I said, she's always asking what she can do to better herself. So I think she is very deserving of this award. And this goes to Sydney Hamilton. Congratulations.
Coach Stan again. I have the pleasure of presenting an award that I value greatly, Sportsmanship. My players know I feel there's a right way and a wrong way of doing things. You have to do things the right way. No need to showboat. It's not about you, it's about the team. I had the pleasure of coaching both winners of this award. This young man won our Wildcat Team Award last year in boys basketball for someone who puts the team first. This young man played 2 sports here at North Gaston, a great teammate, completely unselfish, does everything a coach can ask. Humble, just a great kid. Someone who represents how North Gaston wants to do things the right way. One of our winners for Male Sportsman of the Year, Mr. Blake Walls.
Hello, this is Coach Clark. I'm here to give and present the Sportsman of the Year award. This is a co-award this year, and I'm honored to be able to recognize one young man in this award. This young man did everything that we asked him to do on and off the field. He's a tremendous leader. He was always the guy up front, encouraging our guys, making sure that they're trying to do the things necessary for our program to move forward. Played multiple positions. We ended up moving him from position to position, and he never said anything bad. He never had any ill will towards the changes. Whatever was good for the team, that's what he was going to do. And I'm honored to be able to have coached this young man. I'm proud to be able to see his growth, not only on the field but off the field as a young man, as a leader. And I'm excited to see what he has in his future. With that being said, the co-male Sportsman of the Year goes to Dylan Stewart.
Hi, this is Coach Sully. It's my pleasure to present the 2021 Female Athlete of the Year Award to an outstanding young lady, Mallory Knupp. I had the pleasure of coaching Mallory for the past 3 seasons on the girls soccer team. Mallory's a terrific athlete, having represented North Gaston on the volleyball and basketball courts this year, as well as on the soccer field. Mallory was a captain of the soccer team, a true leader who led by example. A hard worker in games and practice, she always gave maximum effort. She's a fierce competitor with a drive to succeed and to win. She was feisty on the field. Although she may not have always had the best soccer skills, she made up for it with determination and hustle. Mallory was the soccer team's leading scorer this year, named Offensive Player of the Year, as well as being named to the All-Conference team. She leaves big shoes to fill on the soccer team. On the volleyball court, Coach Shuford stated that Mallory was an integral part of the team who stood out as a leader and embraced changes from her new coach, making sure others were on board as well. She's a tremendous athlete who possesses great leadership qualities, said Coach Shuford, playing multiple positions at a high level. No matter where she was on the court, Mallory embraced the challenge, gave her all, and made many plays for her team. On the basketball court, Mallory was part of some very good teams over her past 4 years. Coach Hepler describes her as an extremely coachable player who brought positive energy to practices and games. She led the basketball team in scoring this season and scored a career-high 20 points and had 10 rebounds on senior night. A great athlete, Mallory even played softball her freshman year. Great student and representative of North Gaston. I wish to congratulate our 2021 Female Athlete of the Year, Mallory Knupp.
Good evening. Tonight I am honored to present the award for the 2021 North Gaston Male Athlete of the Year. This award recognizes a male athlete that demonstrates athletic excellence, preferably in more than one sport, while exhibiting great character, sportsmanship, and commitment to academics. The 2021 winner is definitely deserving. A great competitor, he is no stranger to diving after a loose ball on the court or for a ball up the middle, scrapping for rebounds or leading the team on the mound, knocking down the big shot or coming through at the plate when his team needed him most. As coaches, we often talk about players being coachable. This is not just listening and trying, but taking information, making adjustments, and executing when the lights are the brightest and stakes are at their highest. Big moments brought out the best for this competitor. He put this on display early in his career and showed that he had the ability to rise to the challenge and take advantage of an opportunity. As a sophomore, I called him up from the JV basketball team to play for the Varsity against Kings Mountain, the returning conference champions. He proceeded to calmly knock down 2 3-pointers in the first half. Needless to say, he was a mainstay on the Varsity from that point forward. That spring on the diamond, he had pitched and played for the JV baseball team all season. During the Big South 3A conference semifinal, he was called up to make his first varsity appearance in a close 3-2 game, once again against Kings Mountain. He went on to record the save, striking out 2 to finish the game. This player is never afraid of a big moment. He continued this knack for clutch performances this season on the basketball court. Down 1 with 20 seconds left at Forest View, he knocked down a deep contested 3 off the dribble to put his team up by 2 and then sealed the win with 2 free throws. He is poised and ready to finish his North Gaston career on a high note. Only 6 games into his senior year on the diamond, as our leadoff hitter, he is currently leading the team in batting average, on-base percentage, hits, walks, and runs scored. Outside of his statistics and accomplishments as a student athlete, he's even a better person. Coachable, selfless, great teammate, Humble and well-mannered are just a few of his outstanding characteristics. While I'll miss coaching him, I look forward to following him as he continues his baseball career next fall at Guilford Tech Community College. I know he will be ready. The 2021 North Gaston High School Male Athlete of the Year goes to Bryson Walker. Congratulations, Bryson.
Hello, everybody. I'm Coach Helton, and I have the distinct honor and privilege of awarding our Trudenac Award winner for the 2021 school year. This is an award that is incredibly important for North Gaston athletics. This is a senior who exemplifies all of the major qualities that an extreme sportsman has, qualities such as hard work, good sense of sportsmanship, the willingness to go above and beyond what is asked of them by their coaches, being a true leader, not only on the athletic field or court, but also in the classroom. So someone who maintains a high GPA and is just the kind of person that you want to have on your team. This young man is a true example of all of that. I've been lucky enough to coach him in multiple sports for several years now, in both the swimming pool and on the golf course. This is a young man who this year played 4 sports, once you throw in soccer and cross country. This young man is the true example of all of those things that I said before. This young man is the first person that I look to be a leader, not always by words, but by actions. And for 4 years on the swim team, he exemplified that. Even as a freshman, he was outworking the seniors and the upperclassmen. Showed up to work every day, did his job, and led his team. He's not the most talkative, outgoing person, so he's not going to lead by voice, but I know Coach Sully will attest to the fact that he's the first one there at practice and the last one to leave in a lot of cases. Kept a high GPA all through school, and has decided that he's going to serve our country by joining the Air Force Academy, and going to be going off and working on aircraft. And we're super proud of all that he's accomplished here at North Gaston and will accomplish in his future. So we thank you for taking the time and opportunity to serve our country, and thank you for putting your time and effort into North Gaston athletics for the last 4 years. So without further ado, the Trudenac Award winner this year is Blake Hughes. Congrats, Blake.